Every evening after church, she stayed behind for counseling. Everyone thought it was prayer until the pregnancy exposed the truth. This is the story of Pastor Ademi and the married woman who trusted him too much. Pastor Ademi was respected by everyone in New Dawn Church of God Ministries. His sermons were powerful, his prayers intense, and his reputation spotless. To the church members, he was a man sent by God. Adorable, a quiet and devoted woman, had been a member of the church for 5 years. She was married to Kunle, a hard-working man who was rarely home. Whenever loneliness or confusion weighed on her heart, she sought counsel from Pastor Ademi, just as the church encouraged. At first, the counseling sessions were normal: scripture, prayer, advice. But gradually, the meetings moved from the church office during service hours to late evenings. The prayers became longer, the conversations more personal. Pastor Ademi began positioning himself not just as her spiritual guide, but as the only one who truly understood her pain. Adorable trusted him completely. She never noticed when spiritual comfort slowly turned into emotional dependence. The pastor knew the lines he was crossing, but he convinced himself it was God's work. He told Adorable that her husband was spiritually weak, that her loneliness was a test, and that he had been sent to help her overcome it. Adorable was conflicted, but vulnerable. One evening after a long prayer session, something changed. The room grew quiet. The distance between pastor and member disappeared. That night marked the beginning of a secret that would haunt them both. Weeks passed, then months. Adorable began feeling unwell. When the doctor confirmed she was pregnant, her world collapsed. Kunle had been away for too long. There was no doubt the child was not his. Terrified, she went back to Pastor Adeyemi. Instead of taking responsibility, he panicked. He warned her not to speak. He reminded her of scandal, disgrace, and shame. He promised he would pray it away. But some truths refused to stay buried. Kunle noticed the change in his wife, her silence, her tears, her growing fear. When the truth finally came out, it destroyed more than a marriage. It shook the entire church. Members who once knelt under Pastor Adeyemi's prayers now questioned everything he had ever preached. The elders called for an investigation. The evidence was undeniable. Pastor Adeyemi was removed from the pulpit. The same congregation that once celebrated him now whispered his name with disappointment. Adorable faced public shame, a broken home, and a future she never planned for. Kunle walked away, unable to forgive the betrayal from both his wife and the man he trusted as a spiritual father. And New Dawn Assembly learned a painful lesson. Not everyone who holds a Bible is holy, and not every voice that preaches truth lives by it.